Alright, ready, set, go. I'm in a bit of a hurry today, so this part right here is only going to be seen by people that, Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No. No. No, the window's all wrong. What have you done? Okay, good enough. Alright, now that I understand how this Hypno OS business works, it does work in the background, as long as it's not completely obscured by another window. So I'm going to be counting on this to provide our background audio for today, again. Alright, load up those soundscapes, please. Also, Hippie, I'm gonna need you to leave, so we're gonna go ahead and do that thing again. Where is it? No, wait, that's not it. There we go. Alright, bye. Is there a faster way to do that? I don't know. Anyway. Let's see here. We'll start up with the mystery, soundscape. Yeah, that'll do just fine. Alright, so you're gonna be sitting off here in the background where no one can see you. And I loaded up 2 copies of this. And, what's worse, somehow I made everything shrink. What am I doing? Alright. Can't be having that. Can't be having these duplicate windows, so... Oh yeah, I need to find, like, a new GIF to, like, distinguish this live stream from the rest. I got this. So that'll have to do. Oh, right, I usually have the chat window up over here, too. There we go. Sacred stones, more like the sacred bows. Wait. I don't get that one. But hey, welcome. Glad you could make it early. If you're here to see me do things live, well, this is how it do. So the way I've been doing things is I've been kind of making a checklist for myself in between live streams of all the changes that I want to implement, and then when I go live, I just go through them and take care of things one by one. So today, I have a rather lengthy list, but hopefully it won't take too long to get through. Namely and Innis are usually MVPs. Oh! Well, we're going to be running into one of them today. I honestly do hope that Naomi gets a chance to shine. I do like her. Alright, first things first, I got a new patch that I need to embed. So last time I discovered a problem with, what do you call it, with the magic weapons. So there is a patch that I can put in called Magic Sword Rework. So I can do this and assign elements by weapon. So we're going to do this one by one. Storm Sword is going to stay where it is. This is going to change to Anima. And I'm going to need 3 more slots. And I don't remember where the other weapons are, but we'll find them quick enough. Honestly, if you ever want to just search for something, like I said before, you can just, you know, start typing something, and the window will automatically find something for you. So here we got another one. That's also going to be Anima Element. Actually, I think I was also going to add the Always Magic modifiers. So even if you're attacking at close range, that's still going to be magic damage. Like, that just makes sense to me. So we're going to do that for every magic weapon. 2 more to go. The others being Beacon Bow. I'm going to turn this into a light magic weapon. And last one, way down on the list, Flame Lance. And there we go. It should work as intended now. We're also going to be starting to import a few more battle animations. I was going to do this last time, but I actually didn't have the animations handy. So we're just going to start from here. Let's see. I have a grand total of 6 animations that I want to add. And I'm starting to get close to that 255 limit, so hopefully this will be among the last that I add. 232. So what I wanted to do was mix in a few generic female enemies among the enemy ranks. Just for fun. Just for fun. There's no greater purpose to it. I just wanted to see it happen. So I went and acquired some animations made by people who I should probably credit while I am doing this. For generic female mercenaries and heroes. Which, I mean, they had a female hero in one of the Game Boy Advance games, and they kind of forgot about her. And my god, depending on which route you play, you may not even, ever meet her. Which is a crying shame. Alright, so these were pulled from FE Universe. Again, there's a huge animation repository where I'm getting most of these. So if you would be interested in a link to that, I've been putting it in the description for every one of my YouTube archives. So you can reference that at a later date if you want to. And this animation was made by The Blind Archer. So thank you for that. Actually, I might not need to credit anyone with the female hero because, Intelligent Systems themselves made the animation, they just took it out. Well, actually, this is a little bit different. That's not quite Echidna from Fire Emblem 6. These were made by St. Jack. Wait, is that it? He did all of these? Well, thank you, St. Jack. These are pretty competent. I appreciate them. Alright, so we got one for the axe, one for the hand axe, one for the sword, and one for the other thing, which is nothing. Alright, very good. So how's this look with the enemy palette? Looks just fine to me. What about this one? Hey, that does look pretty good. They get to have, the colored armor on them. Well, color. It's probably just, metal color. Alright, so now that that's done, we go up here, and we assign these animations where they need to go. There already are classes in the base game for the female mercenary and hero, so we'll just point them where they need to go. So this is pointing to E3, E4. This one we're gonna have to do several times. That's the male hero. Don't do that by accident. All right, these are gonna be running the gamut from E5 downward. So E5, E6, and we're gonna have to use this multiple times because each individual throwing axe item needs its own animation. Honestly, if I wanted to, I could, set up a special animation just for the magic axe and use that instead of the regular throwing animation, but that would require me to, do that for each and every single individual class, and I'm not going to do that. but it is possible if you wanted to do that yourself. Alright, I think that's all I had to do. So, alright, there's 6 new animations in the game. Now, let me go ahead and get the upcoming shops changed. Shouldn't take too much adjustment, because generally I think that the mid-game armories and vendors do pretty good with the stock that they sell. It's just a few differences. For example, this is going to sell Hellfire instead of Thunder. Aren't there 2? No, Ephraim has the shop in Chapter 10. Never mind. And we'll go back up here, change that to Hellfire. Up here, we'll change the steel sword to an iron sword. Because, I don't know, I feel like we need to... No way speak to. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but hey, welcome to the stream. If any of this is confusing to you, all I can recommend is to go back to the first livestream archive and follow what I've been doing from the beginning to the end. Again, this is more intended for people that are interested in FE Builder GBA as hacking software. It's pretty powerful, but it does take patience to see things through from start to finish. And my soundscape does not seem to be doing much of anything. Do I actually need to do things in HypnoS for the thing to generate sound? I thought I was in the clear, but you know what? I have a better solution. I love that weird little sound. Alright, well, thankfully, there's a... The intention behind the Soundscape software was to have randomly generated audio, which I enjoy, but in lieu of that, we also have an official upload that just has like 35 minutes of this stuff running on auto, so that's what we're gonna do. Thanks, Jay Tholen. You're the man. Although I might have to turn it down a smidge. Alright, where was I? Chapter 10, Armory is pretty good. This, again, swapping out Thunder for Hellfire. The reason why I'm doing this is because I've made Hellfire, like, the standard step up from the base Fire. Like it works in more modern Fire Emblem games. And Thunder is kind of its own thing. It does its own thing. And almost the same thing here. What we're going to do here is offer Thunder for sale for once. Wait, why did I put that there instead of, like, here? Oh, I meant to put that there. Okay, that... Yes, at this point in the game, I do intend to have Thunder to be purchasable. So that is as it should be, although... I'll rearrange them just for the sake of being consistent. Alright. I think that's... Is that really it? That's all the changes I had? Oh, right, and this turns into an iron sword. Okay. Got that done. Now for the great big list of, map units that I want to replace. We're going to be starting with the game probably in about half an hour from now if you want to just chill out and come back later. When we come back, we'll be starting on Chapter 9, when Ephraim and Irika split into 2 parties, so that's what we'll have to look forward to later. But actually, before I get to that, there's a few changes I wanted to make to chapters that I've already done. In particular, this guy. I don't know why he's assigned that particular tag to, like, never move. I think that's a bit silly. It has made me, like, get all the way down here to the boss, and then I have to go all the way back up, and oops. Sorry, I didn't realize that I had that text still there. You know, go all the way back up just to deal with this one zombie that refused to move. It's not even that difficult to fight. So, I honestly think that was a mistake by the original developers. In here, I made the mistake of not changing the Lance Knights into Sword Knights, so we're gonna do that. In their current state, they are complete pushovers because they can't use their weapons. Wait, actually... That's not entirely what I wanted to do. No, I wanted you to stay, as a Lance Knight. And I just wanted to give you, you know, an Iron Lance. So... Oops. Oh boy, this is gonna be very difficult on my eyes, but I will do my best to keep it going. Now we're gonna jump down to Chapter 9, the first iteration. This one is where Tana joins the party for the first time. That's not Tana, that's the Messenger Pegasus Knight, who seems to be a reasonably popular character in ROMhacks. I've seen a number of them where she suddenly becomes a playable character, just the generic Freylian messenger. And fair enough, she's got a unique sprite, why not take advantage of it? Where is... Here it is. We're gonna give her... not a claw. We're gonna give her the Sapphire Lance. Alright, and this is where we start converting enemies from male to female. Reason why I wanted to do that was to kind of make a... kind of differentiate the Grado army from the mercenary army that shows up on Irika's path. You know, the army, of course, is pretty set in stone in its ways, and the mercenary army, you know, takes fighters from all walks of life. The only condition being that you have to be able to fight. So, this one. Am I changing this one? I wish I'd organized these better. This mage is gonna get a new weapon. No, it's not. That's... Oh yeah, this is gonna be difficult for me to get right. I have my entire, like, schematics planned out, it's just that they're all over the place because of the way that these units are organized. Maybe I should start down here. So, start with these two archers. This one, I'll turn female. It's another one at coordinates 1716. It's probably around here. Yep. Now it's going to be converted. Ugh, yeah, I need, like, a highlighter or something. You know what I'm gonna do? This is a really, like, janky way to do this. Also, I'm sorry that I'm covering up the chat window. It's only temporary. I'm gonna open up a sticky note and just use it to, like, cover up what I've done. So that I don't... Oh, jeez. So I don't get confused. Oh, wow, that just, like, resonated through my head and threw me for a loop. Where am I? What am I doing? Why is that so loud? There's supposed to be an archer further south. Why do I not have that? Did I write the coordinates down wrong? Oh, no, it's supposed to be this one. Okay. Well, I already did that one. It's already happening. It's already happening. I'm already, like, confusing myself on what I've done and what I haven't done. Okay, 1514. This one is going to get a different weapon. 6-2. This one is going to change. The Myrmidon... How do you even say that, Myrmidon? 3 and 9, that's going to change. Mercenary at 14, 18. Where are you? That would be this one. That was going to change. Mercenary at 6 and 7. That's going to change. The general logic I'm following is... Actually, I got that wrong. The general logic I'm following is, you know, if they have a light weapon, then I turn them female. If they have a heavy weapon, or if they're just getting a bit boring, then I'll give them a heavier weapon and leave them male. Alright, 6, 7, 4, 6. That'd be this one. You will change. 6, 6. Wait, there is nothing at 6, 6. Is there? Did I mean... What in the world? There is no mercenary at 6, 6. I can't even be depended upon to write the coordinates down correctly. Oy. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to guess what my intention was. I probably meant to target this fellow down here and give him, like, a stronger weapon. Alright, and then there's another one at 1821 that I wanted to change, but where is that? That'd be you. Oh, I had a double change planned for you. Interesting. So you're gonna be, like, almost a mini-boss right here. With enhanced weaponry. Alright, now for a few mages. There will be mages at 14 and 23. I'm going to give you a stronger magic tome. At 17, 23, this one drops a weapon. So I'm going to make this into air caliber. So, oop. Oh, good thing I didn't make that change. Yeah, I want to both add a bit of danger to the flying units in this map, which there's already plenty. You can't depend on flyers to win this map for you. You really got to take advantage of your cavalry. But I also want the player to be able to acquire the air caliber tome in this chapter. So we're going to give it to this one. Turn it female just to make it a bit more distinguishable. And I had a few more archers I wanted to modify. Seriously, why didn't I just lump them all into the same group? Why do I have to make this difficult? 1423, where is that? It's gonna be, like, way down here. That's probably a reinforcement? Yeah, down here. So you're gonna get a stronger bow. And your counterpart over here is going to change. And then these guys up here, 4 and 0. I'll go ahead and swap you around. The mage... which mage? This mage? 4-0. Already made that change. Okay, that's all the units on this map. Thank God. These are gonna get confusing quickly. Alright, this one. The rapier is now unbreakable, so we don't need this house to give one anymore. We're gonna turn that into a wind edge. Can never have too many of those laying around, I suppose. And that's it. So yeah, in the interest of keeping things brief, I am just going to concern myself with Chapter 9 right now. We'll move on to Chapter 10 and forward next week. I just found myself a bit late today. So apologies for any disappointments. Especially for having to wait a long time. But that is just how it is going to go this week. Alright, don't need to worry about Tana. She doesn't even start with a weapon, so whatever. Alright, starting off with this guy, I'm going to give him the new Fissure weapon to make it that much more hazardous for cavalry on this map. And then Lance Knights at 15 knot. Oh, we're just going to change that one. Lance Knight at 24-15. Where is that? That would be over here. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and change you. 24 and 4. Where's that? Here. This one needs to turn into a sword knight, because they got a sword. All the others have lances, so they can stay where they are. 1920. It's gonna be like this one, that one, this one. This one. 1920. It's just gonna change like that. And then we have another one coming in at 2020. That's this one. This one will become a sword knight and brandish a wind edge. There we go. The boss of this chapter is going to get a short bow because it's kind of pathetic that he starts with that iron axe. This is probably still not going to be enough to make him, like, even remotely threatening, but it's something. And if you want that short bow, then you're going to have to risk getting hit by that axe. It's not worth it. Just take the killer axe. And there's a priest on this map. We'll go ahead and change him to a cleric. The classes are not adjacent for some reason. Alright, there we go. 10 and 12. There's a mage at 14 and 1. Where is that? It's like way up here. You are not going to have thunder anymore because that's an extended range weapon now. And if I leave that as is, then Tana is going to die. So we're going to give him air caliber, and he's going to drop that weapon. And we're going to make sure that he does by removing the chest key from his inventory. And instead, we're going to go ahead and give that chest key to this shaman right here. Yes, drop item. And we want a chest key. This is the one that only has one use, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where this key comes in. There's a 5-use chest key later in the game, I think, and I don't know why it even exists. It's really peculiar. Alright, who next? I kind of skipped ahead when I did that. There's a mage at 1510. That'd be this one. You will change. And there's a mage at 1514. That's just down here. You're gonna get stronger magic. Shaman, already did that one. There's a lance knight at 2220. It's probably way down here. Yep. You've got a guard lance. I don't want that. So instead you're gonna get the sapphire lance wherever it is. Did I skip it already? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alright, so you're the one that's going to drop that. We'll also make you female, just to make it stand out a little bit better. And then there's a Lance Knight at 2020. You're going to get nothing. Instead, you're just going to change class. And there's a Mercenary at 2110 that needs to change. Where is that? That's way up here. No, it's not. It's, Huh, where are you? Is it one of these? Yeah, I think it's this guy. So you're gonna get, first a class change, and second a better sword. I'll give you the hidden blade. There's a shaman in this room too. We'll give him slightly better magic. And I think that's it. Alright. I managed to get that done in less than 30 minutes. How do you like that? Now we're ready to go. Yeah, that's all I'm changing today. I really am serious about getting this done quickly today. Alright, what order did I say I was going to do this in? I think Irika, Ephraim. So we'll go ahead and do that. So, I went ahead and organized my party in such a way to where we're only going to use half of the available units for each route. That way we can kind of play along as if we actually had our army split in two for this journey. So this is going to be interesting. Irika chooses to travel by sea to the theocracy of Ralston. God, this text moves so slow. Her search for a ship leads her to Port Kiris in Carsino. Carsino is a young nation ruled by a council of merchants, and it is an ally of Frelia. Carsino council leader Klimt, a staunch opponent of Grado's imperialistic actions, has pledged Carsino support to Frelia in this conflict. Prince Innes also intends to pass through Carsino on his way to Johanna. Irika believes there is nothing to fear in Carsino, but she is wrong. By the way, does my mouse show up on the... Yeah, it does. Alright. Well, let's try to avoid that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna have to do all these voices again. There's like... How many? There's 8 unique characters in this room, and I hate when I have to voice all of them. Frelia's sacred stone has been destroyed, and yet you still cannot locate the stone of Renee. Then, Volter, find the children of Renee. Find them and take from them the bracelets they wear. Then take Irika, Volter, take Ephraim. Find them, conquer them. Yes, Your Majesty. Irika, eh? She's a ripe little peach. And her brother Ephraim, he's better prey than I'd imagined. I can feel my blood rushing at the thought. This might be fun after all. Kelek, Riev, shatter the remaining sacred stones. Kelek, take Johanna. Riev, take Ralston. Go crush the sacred stones they house. As you will. I'll begin making arrangements for Ralston's downfall immediately. Why am I stuck with Johanna? A cursed ill luck. I became a mercenary to escape that wretched place, and now I must go back? Do so. Go to Frelia. Take the Frelian army and punish Ephraim. Selena, remain in the capital. Soon I will have new orders for you. Yes, sire. Am I playing it up a little bit too much? People that know the story of this game already, like, know exactly what I'm doing. Irika, wait! Tana, what are you doing? You were supposed to remain in the palace. You left so abruptly, without any warning or farewell. You and Ephraim have only just arrived, and already you leave on another quest. Well, I'm your friend, Irika, and I won't let you go into danger without me. Does King Hayden know of this? No, he'd just say, I forbid you to go on this foolish errand, like always. I'm so worried about you. Thank you, Tana. I appreciate your concern, but King Hayden would... You and Ephraim, my father and my brother... You're all fighting together, fighting for a noble cause. I cannot be left out. I will not be left out. Please, Irika. Oh, alright. I never could refuse you anything. Come on, let's go, Tana. Thank you, Irika. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit weird because according to what I have planned out, we will not be using Tana on Irika's campaign. Wait, no, I got that backwards. No, I don't got that backwards. I plan on using Tana exclusively in Ephraim's route. So, I mean, we already have Vanessa on Irika's route, so we'll be fine. Your Highness, we've reached Port Kiris. If we can find passage across the North Sea, we will reach Ralston in 10 days. Ugh. It smells of the tides. This is a busy place, isn't it? It's a trade center. Peoples of all nations pass through here. Do not become so enthralled with the sights and sounds that you forget your mission. I won't. I'm a mercenary by the name of Irina. I'm traveling to Ralston to receive a commission. Let us look for a ship then, Irina. The docks are this way. Huh? Is something amiss? Seth, that woman over there, is that... Well, look who it is. With this goofy-ass music. Oh, these dainty sugar pastries! They're delightfully scrumptious! Flavorful without being overwhelming, refined without being banal. Excuse me. Right you are, Lady La Rochelle! You look familiar. Oh, aren't you... We've met before, haven't we? You arrived with your companions when we encountered those creatures. Your name is La Rochelle, is it not? A wonder and a pleasure that we should meet again so soon. It is Providence! Bad luck is the only thing the Divine has ever provided you. Oh, and if you have not yet tried one, these pastries are also divine! Would you care for one? Thank you. No, wait, that's not why... We're actually on our way to the Theocracy of Ralston. We're in a rush, and we need to find passage on a ship. Oh dear, I'm afraid you'll find none to assist you. No ships are leaving port. Pardon? You see, I find myself heading home once more to my beloved Ralston as well. And actually, I'm quite well known with the powers that be here in Port Keys. So I ordered them to ready the finest passenger ship vessel for me. But both merchants and passenger ships alike are too frightened to set sail. It seems a giant ghost ship has been sinking every ship it finds. Would that I could confront it. I could stop its foul villainy in a moment. Alas, it's such a shame. Yes, that is troublesome. Still, I must get to Ralston somehow. You needn't worry too much. After all, if the sea is closed to you, simply follow the overland route. The overland route? I've heard that that's a terribly roundabout path to travel. Oh, it is, but don't you see? The hardships of the road, they are truly blessings. They will toughen you and strengthen your resolve when you need to face great evil. For example, I have been tasked with a great trial in order to better me. I understand my path on the unknowable forces of Providence. I, your faithful servant La Rochelle, shall overcome with faith and divine strength. Now listen, La Rochelle, you might be thrilled about going the long way, but come now, we're leaving. Dazla, ROMhack, don't fall behind. Wait for us, Lady La Rochelle. Come on, ROMhack, we run till we drop. First one to collapse from exhaustion is the winner! Help. Why is this happening to me? Seth? Isn't Ralston the other direction? Aren't they heading towards Frelia? It's nothing you need concern yourself with, my lady. Our only concern now is to decide our next course of action. An overland journey would be very long. However, it seems that may be our only choice at the moment. Boy, if only there was a pirate captain around here with a heart of gold. I agree. Whatever shall we do? You're Irica, the Princess of Renee, ain't ya? What? Dastard, away with you! No need to get personal. You know there's a pretty price on your pretty head. Sorry, but I need that gold. And we're just getting right to it. Alright, chop chop, let's go. Calm, you're not going to be participating. We're going to be one head short this chapter. Hold the fuck up. You're supposed to have a higher weapon level than that. I'm not even sure if I want to save just yet. I thought that I changed that, but apparently I didn't. So, sorry, we're gonna have to make a quick adjustment. Alright, Tana, where are you? There's not two Tanas, is there? Surely not. Where are you? You're way down here. And yet, I completely forgot. So, how much is it for a C rank? 71. Yep. I have no regrets about this. The later they join, the harder it is to level up their weapons. So, I can't believe I forgot to do that. That's just stupid. Alright, well thankfully that only took a quick moment to change. So now we're gonna have to just start the whole thing over again, just to make absolutely sure that we've got the changes set in stone. Because if I were to just reload a save, she would still have a D rank. And unfortunately, we're also gonna have to... Yeah, I'll stick a pin in that. We're gonna need to change the names of some of these weapons. Because that name doesn't fit, the bronze weapons don't fit. I don't want to do that just yet, though. Alright, so the strategy for this map is going to be a little different. We got pirates on the way to destroy all these villages, and it is going to be a pain getting close enough to save them. So we're going to need Seth to, like, book it as far out as he can. Ross is going to hang out down here and deal with the pirates as best he can. We're probably also going to want to double-check Tana's weaponry. I don't have an extra bronze lance, unfortunately. I guess maybe I should have bought one. Well, alright, how about this? Who's fast? Vanessa's pretty damn fast, so I say... Tana should have that, as well as a regular iron lance. And that sapphire lance may still come in handy, but for now, we're not going to worry about it too much. Alright, are we ready? I think we are. Let's do it. Alright, once again, Seth, you are very much in charge. So, biggest thing we're going to watch out for here is that sniper. So until I get close enough... Oh, geez. I don't really have the best output to deal with these guys. Maybe I should hang back for a turn, because if I race ahead too quick, you know, the rest of my team is not going to be able to catch up. So I'll put Seth here. Hopefully he won't be in too much danger if I give him the bronze lance. Sorry, bronze sword. Alright, so we'll do that there. I'd rather not leave Joshua on the front lines like that, but you know what? Honestly speaking, he's probably better at this than Franz is, so I'll tell you what Franz can do. He can go down here and play with this pirate, because now he's got a proper way of dealing with him. Alright, Ross, get ready to engage these fellows down here. It's gonna be damn near impossible for me to hit with this hand axe, though. Alright, hopefully he will be okay for a while on his own, but I'll have Natasha ready to turn around and help him if the need arises. Here they come. Alright, moment of truth. What does this animation look like? Well, the sound effects all work. That's all I really wanted. Alright, very nice. And she's even fast enough to where Seth cannot double attack. This promises to be very interesting indeed. Ugh. Didn't want to take that much damage this early. Ooh! How are these guys hitting so consistently? This is nuts. Oh boy, yeah, I gotta play this smart. And I gotta hurry up too, because those pirates are not slowing down. This guy's got a steel axe, that's not good. Vanessa, are you strong enough to take care of one of these pirates? Maybe. Alright, cross your fingers. Ah! Dang it. Shoot, I should have moved her a little bit higher. Okay, let's think about this. This guy did 18 points of damage, so if Ross gets hit again, that's gonna be, like 11. He can survive another round, but that is it. Well, hey, I am playing on hard mode, and I am not taking any opportunities to grind for EXP. So this is an appropriate level of challenge, I feel. Tana, can you do anything here? Oh! Actually, she could take care of this pirate pretty easily. But I think I want a more precise kill for her. Yes, perfect. Alright, honestly, Franz, if you can just hit this guy again, that'd be great. Don't get hit back. Don't get hit back, because, like, yeah, one more strike would have killed him. Yoicks. Alright, I think now is when I want Seth to just go on a rampage. Yeah, just go nuts. Get out there and fight. He can't quite finish it, though. Oh my god. I've actually made a situation for myself where Seth cannot win the day. In that case, why don't you just strike once and wait? He is about to take a bit of punishment. Yeah, this is fine. Oh god, another element that requires me to be speedy on this map is an NPC that's going to be showing up very soon, who we're going to want to deal with quickly. There we go, Ruby Sword still has its uses. If I do that, then Natasha won't be able to heal. Okay, I hate that I'm taking this long to advance, but gotta do what you gotta do. Oh yeah, incidentally, I have been thinking that something I may want to do a little bit later in this project, after I've done all the, like, sprite changes that I want to do, is I want to write some music for this ROMhack. Not much. The extent of it, I am thinking, is going to be, like, new battle music. New attack defense music. One for every, like, act in the game. I do have some experience with, like, taking video game music and playing around with it. But it won't be easy getting that to, like, play back properly in this ROM environment. Jesus Christ, that pirate is not stopping for anyone. I need to get Seth down there, like, now. The only way I'm gonna do that is if I somehow peel off the sniper here. Oh boy. Alright, first of all, Erica, knock out this lady here. And then Gilliam and Archer will be able to do at least a little bit of damage. Oh god, that doesn't look good. I mean, I got a killing edge for Franz, but holy cow. How much defense does this sniper have? Oh god. Oh man, this is gonna be hard. I wish I had Ross here. But he's pulling double duty, trying to take care of the pirates down to the east. So this pretty much boils down to how well I can use Seth. If I send him down that way, he is going to be in a world of hurt. But that may be the only way to do it. And if I do it this way, then that... How dangerous is this Myrmidon with the Killing Edge? Got an attack power of 12. The Killing Edge is much weaker than it was before. So maybe it won't be so bad. Yeah, I think I'm looking at 9 damage on a critical hit, which ought to be acceptable. I would have used a sword, but, like, I need to move. I suppose I could have stopped Seth, like, 1 space higher, but let's go ahead and just get rid of that Myrmidon while we can. Vanessa, can you take care of this pirate for me? Ugh, doesn't look good. You can try. Yes! And you're in the clear if you go down this way. Alright, phew! Alright, let's have Ross get ready to counterattack these dudes. Hopefully he will survive. Tana, is there any way you can bait out... Oh, jeez. I could have Tana bait out this dude right here. It's gonna get a little hairy, though. What about Archer? Can Archer just, like, snipe this guy and be done with it? God, I hope so. Because if you miss, you're dead. Ugh. Yeah, that sniper's a bit of a hazard to my health and everyone else's. Now, if I send Franz up, is he gonna be okay? That mercenary is decently fast, but I think Franz will be okay. And then we'll put Gilliam up as well. Even if he gets hit from both angles, he should be fine. Alright, I guess, Tana, just be ready to help. Oh no, they're not stopping! I thought for sure they were gonna go for Seth. Oh no. Am I gonna have to restart? Like, I don't know how to do this faster! Okay, that's not cool. I might have to restart this, because otherwise I'm not getting that house. Yeah, like, the best I can hope for is that Seth would be able to double attack this guy, but he can't. I'm pretty sure even if Tana landed a blow, it wouldn't be enough. Man, what's even in that house anyway? Let me see here. That house contains a dragon shield. Well, I hate that this is happening, but at the same time, I kind of want to just keep this going, so I think I'm actually just gonna let him do his thing. Consequences be damned. Well, at least I tried. Honestly, that feels a bit bullshit. I think I might make a change to, like, move that pirate a little bit closer to the starting area, so that you at least have some hope of catching up to him. Because right now it's just so goddamn difficult. Alright, now get the heck out of there. Ross, you dodged that last hit, so you should be green to go. Alright, now am I safe to go and pick up this village? Yes. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. What do you want? Give me a break. Leave us out of this stupid war of yours. We don't want anything to do with it. Or are you just another victim like the rest of us here? Well, regardless, here. Take this and go do something about all this fighting, will ya? Yeah, I'd rather take, like, a unique item than... No, a unique weapon rather than, like, a consumable item. So, that house is about to get destroyed, but I tried my best. I have no regrets. I have no egrets. Alright, now what am I gonna do with you lot? They shouldn't be too tough to deal with. Yeah, I'll let Irika deal with this one. Not a problem. But boy, do I wish I had a Lance Reaver right about now. We'll get one eventually. I gotta say, it must be really difficult to compose music for this specific situation. Because it has to, like, it can't be too long, and it can't be too aggravating to listen to over and over again. Because it starts up from the very beginning, every single time you initiate combat. Alright, Franz, get ready to engage. Well, never mind, these pirates aren't all that smart. Joshua's got quick feet. No shit! He actually changed course! What? Yeah, you better believe he's wreaking havoc up there. Alright, out of nowhere, I get a second chance from the pirates to save that village. Like, that dude, that one pirate, was just ignoring me and making a beeline for that village, and all of a sudden, just now, he gave up. Attention! Carsino's mercenaries will arrest the Princess of Renee shortly. Our duty here is nearly ended, and I expect no further hostilities. If you must fight, however, remember that the whole Empire fights with you. Commander? What should I do? Who are you? Sir, I'm Amelia of Silva, sir. I'm new. I was only assigned to your command today. I wanted to fight for the Empire. I don't need your life story, fool. Recruits are in front. Grab a lance and move. Sir, yes, sir. This lance. Stab the enemy. I'm not afraid. I'm a citizen of Grado. It's my duty to fight. And I'll fight my best. He had a change of heart at the last minute. Well, it got him killed, so... How much was that worth? Okay, this guy. It's gonna be a bit tricky to approach. I could have Vanessa do a hit and run. But unfortunately, everyone can walk on the coast. So that's not gonna be enough. Schedule is up for next week. Alright, cool. I'll check it out later. Alright, what I need is to do enough damage to this pirate that Seth can just, you know, do what he needs to do, finish the job, and then park himself on that village. You're doing Bioshock on Monday instead of tomorrow? Yeah, I might take you up on that. I might do a bit more Fire Emblem tomorrow. Just a little bit, like what I'm doing here, kind of like a mini part. I don't know how to call it. Where I just do like one chapter with each sibling, and that's it. That might not be enough. That might not have been enough. I maybe should have used the heavier sword. It's just barely enough. Get him! Ugh. Alright, alright. I am somewhat back on track now. I can take a quick stab at this guy and then retreat to the oceans. This is what Pegasus Knights are best at. Do you have one issue? You're having a hard time getting this week's movie. Oh, what's the movie? Let me see here. Yeah, what have you got on the docket for this week? I can't read it. Monkey King Hero is back. Oh, that's what it is. I was wondering when we were going to get around to a Sun Wukong movie. Alright, I think Tana will be safe if she engages with that weapon. Now we do some cleanup up here. These torrents aren't helping. So, is the issue that you can't find a full copy of the movie, or that you can't find, like, an English sub or dub or anything like that? Dang it, Joshua. You're just a little bit too weak to take care of this guy. And now you won't have to. I do appreciate it when the lords get a critical hit. And look at that! Ira's getting her strength up, like, really quick. I'm usually lucky to have this much strength growth by the end of the game with Irika. So I'm pretty happy for that. You can only find the movie in Chinese with English subs and French for some reason. Oh, but there's no cedars, I see. Durr. Alright, Roz has been over here doing a bang-up job of just fighting pirates on their own turf. And it looks like we can finish the job. This is why I, like, always turn Ross into a pirate, because this is a really fun little area for him to play around with. I did not realize Franz was in range of that guy, too. He'll be fine. He's like the super kid. He's, like, super fast, super fly. That is a heavy weapon, though. Appreciate the detail of the terrain changing depending on the battle arena. Yeah, that's cool. It's really cool. I kind of hope I can do something like that with my game someday. Alright, there is a wind mage on this map that I need to watch out for. I know because I just put her in. There, that one. Need to keep an eye out for that, because it's a flyer killer, as it were. Alright. Unfortunately, I don't think Roz can do all that much against the archers. I mean, he can certainly try. Yeah, the terrain tiles also change depending on where the battle happens. You know, funny thing, that's actually not a default feature to have the backgrounds in the animations. That is by default turned off, and I don't really understand why. So I went ahead and turned it back to, like, just animations on the tiles. So you'll see what that looks like here in a minute. Also, you're not gonna move, are you? Alright, how am I gonna deal with this? Might be able to knock out one with Vanessa. Alright, let's try it. She's now fast enough to where she can handle a steel lance. I'm very proud of her. So yeah, without the backgrounds, it just darkens the tile set and overlays the units on top of it. And that's a pretty cool effect by itself, but I do kind of like keeping the backgrounds on. That Amelia is definitely not a playable character, no sir. Well, thankfully she's pretty easy to approach, because she's in a trainee class and can only move 4 spaces. So we got plenty of time to catch up. That being said, I think Franz needs to back up, like, now, because he's about to die. Man, I love these magic swords. They don't do that much damage starting out. You really gotta have a unit that's, like, built for them in order for them to be really effective, but just having that option with a swordsman is really, really nice. You can see that the names are a bit bugged, because they are too long, so I'm gonna have to tweak those next time. Alright, and Seth, you are gonna hold down the fort here. You're probably about to kill everything, so my, oh my, it's about time they left. I'm finally done getting ordered about without getting paid. Oh, don't mind me, just talking to myself. Here, I want you to hold on to this for me. Don't tell anyone. Oh, and don't say a word about seeing me to Lady La Rochelle. Alright, deal? So yeah, we saw him with La Rochelle and Dazla at the start of the chapter. And it seems as though ROMhack has his own plans. Yes! Excellent! I really want to get that, I really hope that that Anton Blast game gets funded. Like, I'm actually gonna contribute a significant amount of money to that. Because, like, Wario is just such an energetic character with an energetic style of gameplay that we haven't had in a long time from Nintendo. So, as they say, if the company ain't gonna do it, then the fans will. Let's see here. The Fire Lance. It's made of fire, you see. You can probably knock out a... Nope, too strong, too strong. Okay, in that case, you can just barely squeeze into this gap here and run away. Well, it's better than nothing. Alright, they can't get me from here, thank goodness. Jeez. Kinda needs a bit of help to take down that soldier. Maybe I'll just leave him to Artur. Oh yeah, you may have noticed that the footstep sounds are also different depending on the terrain. So, when Artur took a step back, that was like a sandy sound effect. A sandy sound effect. Rather than what we're used to, and that is just cool. If you can't find money, if you can't find the Money King anywhere, I guess you do have the option of paying for it. I know you said Monkey King, but It seemed funnier if I said Money King. I could sneak Franz in close enough to take out that archer right there. Oh, look at that. I can slow Seth down enough to where he's not going to kill the archer. And then Tana can get the EXP, and then Franz can finish the job. Excellent. Money King makes sense if you have to rely on Amazon to get it. So how recently was that film released? That Sun Wukong film. I feel like if it was released anywhere in the last, like, 5 years, then it shouldn't be that hard to find seedings for it. But I guess... I guess the broader trend is that torrents are not as widely used anymore. Man, back in the day, back in the heyday, like, I could find anything that I wanted, as long as I knew what to look for. And it was just exhilarating scouring the darker parts of the web for all kinds of crazy stuff that I would have never been able to find otherwise. You can handle that, right? ...2015 in China, 2016 in the US. Yeah, that's not that long ago. It's got Jackie Chan in it. It shouldn't be this difficult. Huh. Yeah, color me surprised. Alright, please tell me Franz is not about to die. Okay. Whew. Alright, well, we're closing in. Now I'm the one with the pirates breaching the shore. A weird level up, but okay. He got points in luck, strength, and magic, which are not going to help him very much, but you know what? You know what? Maybe he'll be decently good at using the bolt axe later when we get it. Your Infinity. Actually, I should probably be a bit more careful here, because this one here might be dangerous. Nah, scratch that. The Hellfire Mage is way more dangerous. I just cannot fathom how Arthur became this good at kicking ass. I actually heard an opinion somewhere the other day about how Arthur was so good in this game that people like deliberately don't use him as a self-imposed challenge. Let's see here. I will decide what to do based on how this goes. I'd love to pull her aside and heal her, but being able to do hit and runs, regardless of terrain like this, is just too good. Alright, how about this? Can Franz knock out this guy, like, lickety-split? He's gonna have trouble. Then I suppose it's up to Seth. I'll just find it on my nose. Oh, that's what it's afraid of. Franz's magic resistance is not very good, so you're just gonna have to run for the hills after making this attack. Tana, on the other hand, should be able to hold her own. As long as I stay away from the Wind Mage. Alright, everything is fine so far. Honestly, I could try and get Irica closer, too. Do I want to do that? You know what? Sure, why not? She's got that, area of effect skill that'll make it easier for everyone else to survive. Not bad. I could have sworn that the female archers were, like, faster than their male counterparts. I guess not. Well, no matter. Alright, Ross, if you can secure a kill... Wait, he's that fast?! How's he that fast? 10 speed. That shouldn't have been enough to double attack that archer. I guess their low constitution slowed him down? Oh yeah, female archers only have 5, so that explains it. Well, gee, did I accidentally make the female archers slower than their male counterparts because they can't use iron bows without getting slowed down? That's a bit of a shame. Alright, now what am I going to do with you lot? So the deal with Amelia is that only 2 characters on this map can talk to her. Those being, well, I thought it would display them here. Those being Irica and Franz. If there's any opinion on who should do the recruiting, let me know in the comments section below. The Microsoft Store also sells the Monkey movie. $1 cheaper, no less. I misread that at first as the Minecraft Store. Do you think that's why Microsoft was so hell-bent on being the first company to purchase Minecraft? Because their names are so similar? Like, just swap a few letters and you got the same thing. Nah, I don't want you to get the kill. No, Tana should be, like, at the front of all potential KOs. Because she has a lot of catching up to do. But she's definitely holding her own, like, really well. I didn't expect her to... I don't think I even tweaked her all that much. She just comes out of the box, like, really, really effective at what she does. Like, the last 3 statements that I made could be taken out of context, so please don't do that. I don't know how that ended up happening the way it did. If I'm gonna give my money to a rich person, you'd rather it be Phil Spencer over Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos. By the way, another little thing about this map is that Amelia will actually leave if you take too long to get to her. So hopefully I'm within the time limit right now. Also, Vanessa has nothing better to do, so why don't you just throw some javelins at some dudes? Oh, you missed. I don't think I've been hit by a single one of these so far, and that's not about to change anytime soon. What can I say? Shaman NPCs are just not very accurate. That's all there is to it. Alright, well, congratulations, Ross. You get the kill. Oh, by the way, I meant to point this out like a few minutes ago, but I've been making all this talk about generic enemies and like female versus male and all that. These female units were just added into the game by me. By default, you know, if there's 2 sexes on a class, the enemy will never deploy the female version. if it's female only, like a Troubadour or Pegasus Knight, then they'll still field them. But for like archers and what have you, the enemy always fields male ones, and I wanted to shake things up a little bit. Alright, I usually have Franz do the talking here, because he's, you know, of course, way faster. He has a much easier time of getting to Amelia. But instead, I'm gonna do it with Irika this time. Who are you? What? Are you from around here? You should find some place to hide. These men are after me. It's not safe. But I'm... Yes? I'm a Grado soldier. I'm here to stop the Princess of Renee. Huh? You're with Grado? And you're Princess Irika? But the commander said Irika's a cruel and merciless fiend. What? No, I don't know what Grado's officers have been telling you, but our two countries are at war, so I suppose they can say what they want. Mistress Irika, I surrender. I won't fight you. Huh? I became a soldier because I admired General Dussel's sense of honor. But the General's been very opposed to this war from the very beginning. And now I see you, and you look so sad about all of this. I don't know what's right anymore. I'm just a soldier, but I want to decide for myself. I want to understand the truth myself, to see it with my own eyes. I see. So, does this mean you're coming with us? I suppose I should ask your name, then. Amelia. Amelia of Silva. Yeah, that was pretty easy. I think if you have Franz talk to her, she levies the same accusations toward Princess Irika, but Franz dismisses them, and of course he's a fairly attractive young man, so probably that's all the convincing that Amelia needs. And I'm going to be doing this again very soon when I go to Ephraim's chapter. He also has a unique interaction with Amelia that I don't want to miss out on. Alright, how close can I get? Just close enough. Alright, this will work. Oh boy, so I've got Tana to take care of in leveling her up, but Amelia is going to take like 3 times as much effort. Because she has joined really late in the game for a level 1 recruit unit. And she's not the last one that we're going to see. Yep, there's one more very low-leveled unit out there that we're going to have to pick up later. Oh, wait a minute. I completely forgot. I said I wasn't going to use Tana on this route. Oops. Well, you know what? Doesn't count for this mission, because she's kind of essential. If I didn't use her, then I would never have been able to rescue that one village. So instead, we're gonna give this next kill to Amelia whenever she can get close enough. Because this dude doesn't even have any speed on him because of how heavy that weapon is. So as long as Amelia has a point of defense, she will be fine. Oh, I could even get her to land a kill on this guy if I wanted to. Well, let's give it a try. Let's see if she can do it. Nice. Oh yeah, she's got a new sprite too. Her armor is consistently red throughout every portrayal of her throughout Fire Emblem media, whereas the base sprite is like blue. So I wanted to... Luckily, a fan beat me to it and already like did a recoloring of her to give her that that lovely orange hue, as it were. Yeah, you know what? You guys just hang out in the rafters. And Russ, I think your job is done for now. You've gotten so many kills. You can just sit back and relax at this point. Oh, look at that! She's just fast enough to where she can get a double attack. How precious. The way I usually play the Sacred Stones nowadays, I usually do not bother with, you know, level grinding. Even though that is very much an option. You know, if I wanted to, I could just cut off after this chapter and go grind some levels and get Amelia promoted. But I like the challenge of leveling up units on the fly. Is Amelia one of those units that becomes a monster if you invest into her? Sort of. She's not the best at that sort of thing. Honestly, Ross is kind of, well, never mind. He's one of the first units that joined us. He doesn't count. But because Amelia can level up potentially up to 50 times, well, 49 technically, yes, her stats can become absolutely monstrous. Furthermore, she has access to the Armor Knight class, which, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but in this game, in this ROMhack, I went out of my way to raise the stat caps on armored units. So if I were to make her into a general, yeah, she would be able to solo entire missions by herself, probably. But that's a long way off. B! You know, now that I look at it, these map animations for the female mercenaries are not very good. They're like completely motionless except for the arm. So, maybe I will look around and see if there are any options out there for replacing that. Ah, gee, I went out of my way to get that air caliber tome, and I don't have anyone that can use it because I'm not using loot on this route. Oh well, so it goes. We will definitely find some more magic users soon enough. Yeah, this is just kind of a necessary thing to catch all my units up. And if you think it's tedious here, just wait till you play Fire Emblem 6. Those maps are huge! Alright, Amelia, can you get this one? Well, not if I've got Princess in the way. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and call that a major mistake and get Irika out of there. Gonna need a bit more damage than that. And I'm not sure who here is weak enough to where they can inflict that amount of chip damage. Oh well, I'll give it to Gilliam. Alright, right now Gilliam is the only one at risk of being shot by a bunch of arrows. Hopefully he will be fine. He is on defensive terrain, so I have my hopes. Oh yeah, he'll be fine. Poke. Oof. I've said it before, I'll say it again. If anyone is going to get a lucky hit on you, it's going to be one of the mercenaries. Precision is kind of their thing. Alright, it looks as though these archers don't want to move for some reason. So we'll just take advantage of that real quick. Oh, come on. Okay, this will work. You know, honestly, if I play smart, I could just have her, like, poke away at the archers, if they're not gonna move, and just get a ridiculous amount of EXP that way. I have to have full assurance that they're not gonna move, though. Also, I've been neglecting getting Vanessa up to level 10. She was doing so much work earlier, but she didn't get that much experience out of it. I'll tell you one thing that I'll do off-stream, and that's organize my items and, like, shop. Because clearly I'm gonna need to do a bit of that, and I don't want to waste too much time here tonight, because we are on a bit of a busy schedule. Yep, looks like they don't want to move, which is good for me. If I was feeling really cheeky, I could even have units go up to the boss, like trick the boss into equipping his bow, and then go up and stab him with Amelia multiple times in a row. But this works too. I can, if they're not gonna move, then I can whittle them down with Vanessa and set them up for a kill with Amelia. I think I said this before too, but is there anyone else out there that likes organizing their units into pretty patterns right before ending a mission? I don't know why I find that satisfying. Ugh, finally, a bit of speed. She's gonna need all the speed she can get. And be sure to rescue her and get her the heck out of the way. Because the boss can and will take aim and fire. Maybe not the same thing, but you like making your inventory look nice in Resident Evil games? I think that's similar enough. Yeah, if you've got items on, like, a grid, then yeah, it can be very satisfying to just organize them in a nice way. In fact, that's kind of what I ended up doing in Hypnospace Outlaw, too. Like, I wanted to have an exact configuration of desktop icons, and as for why I don't do that normally with my regular desktop, I don't know. I guess it's because my desktop is too cluttered at this point, but I really should do some cleaning someday soon. Like, in particular, all the little, like, snapshots, all the snips that I've taken with the snipper tool, yeah, all those are taking up an awful lot of space. So I think I'm gonna have to create a new folder just for, like, junk images that I don't plan on using a second time. But I'll keep them around anyway. Alright, got Amelia up to level 5. Now here's the question, how am I gonna deal with the boss? I can just have Seth trade a few blows with him. Blast, this ain't right! These guys are too tough! 5,000 gold ain't nearly enough for this! You can say that again. That's barely any amount of money by Fire Emblem standards. Who scammed you? Who brought you into this? This man is innocent. He has been scammed. Resident Evil 4 in particular lets you go insane with a Tetris-like inventory. I think I've seen screenshots of that, yeah. Yeah, I think I have indeed seen a bit of what you can do. Oh, nope. Not doing that. Poor Amelia, she can't even land a single point of damage on the boss. So instead, who should I give the KO to? Yeah, I could give it to Joshua. He can do it pretty easily. Maybe. I'm gonna need to whittle him down a little bit further. God, I'm so glad I added a weapon that can't critically hit. Because that's just like the worst feeling in the world when you get a promoted unit like Seth to try and wear out the boss for an easy kill. And then the boss just gets taken down by a random crit that you didn't intend. That stinking Pablo! He lied to me! Mission complete! Your Highness, are you well? Yes, I believe so. Who are these men? They don't appear to be Grado Imperial troops. Judging by their crude swordplay, I'd say they're mercenaries. We can expect more of them in the area too, I think. Wait here. Wait! I give up! I don't want to fight anymore. We were just doing a job! Who hired you? I may be nothing but a hired blade, but I have my honor. I won't say a word. I admire your professionalism. I guess we have no use for you. No, wait, I'll talk. Carcino. It was Pablo of the Carcino Council of Elders. Councilman Pablo. That doesn't make sense. Carcino and Frelia are allies. Why would they target me? I don't know. Could be they've decided Grado's gonna win. They want to be on the winning side. Some of the others opposed Pablo, but I heard he silenced them all but quick. That's all I know, I swear it. I believe you. Go. We were careless. We should have seen this coming. Carcino's a young and ambitious nation, ruled by power-hungry merchants. And Grado grows more powerful with each passing day. So it's no surprise Carcino's merchant lords would throw in with Grado now. Wait, Prince Innes! Prince Innes was to Pastor Carcino on his way to Johanna. If Carcino has betrayed us, then he ran headlong into enemy territory. Princess Irica, I bring dire tidings! I know you. You were a messenger riding with Prince Innes. Yes, and I have news of him. Prince Innes is in danger! Carcino's merchant army struck and cut through half our men. The prince is trapped in a siege. He has no means of escape and... No more. I understand. Return to Frelia and deliver your message. What of Prince Innes? Leave him to us. The prince's troubles should burden you no more. We will see him to safety. There's an interesting reversal of events. It's the prince that's going to be rescued. Hey, you. Have Lady La Rochelle and her man, Sir Stubblechin, gone yet? Aren't you? Yes, they appear to no longer be in the city. Whew, I'm finally free! No more getting bossed around by that witless ninny. Thanks, I owe you one. Take this. Now that I'm free again, I think I'm just gonna wander about for a while. A strange relationship they have. Lady Irica, I think we ought to be leaving soon. Yes, we must hurry to Prince Innes' side. I actually don't know if you're guaranteed to get that or not. It may be just a bonus reward for saving all of the villages. Alright, well the thrilling conclusion for that is gonna have to wait. Because now, we're going to reset and begin with Ephraim's chapter for today. Again, I've done all my organization off-stream, so we should be good to go here. Ephraim begins his march south towards Grado from Castle Frelia. Upon conquering Renee, the Grado Empire has set its sights on Frelia. However, Innes and his troop meet the invaders at the water's edge. Against all odds, Innes halts the invasion, keeping Frelia's border intact. Ephraim coordinates Frelia's troops, in an effort to advance the front lines. Unbeknownst to Ephraim, Grado forces are already waiting for them at Fort Rigwald. They fortified their positions and plan to wait out Frelia's siege. Undaunted, Ephraim remains determined to root out Grado. So yeah, an interesting quirk of this two-character split is that we will end up running into mostly the exact same characters from one route to another, but in completely different circumstances. The Stone of Frelia has already been taken care of. I think I read all this before. Glenn Volter find the children of Renee, find them and take from them the bracelets they wear. But this is a little bit different. Glenn take Irica, Volter take... No, wait, he said this last time. Yeah, same comment about a ripe peach. Kayla, Krieg, shatter the remaining sacred stones. Yep, their destinations are exactly the same. I honestly thought that Glenn and Volter would have swapped places on this route, but I guess not. Dussel, go to Frelia. Punish the Yeah, we read all this before. Wait, no, this is new. Begging your pardon, your majesty. Now that you've conquered Renee, what are your plans for her citizens? The country is in ruins. Thieves and bandits swagger about as if... Leave them. But sire! Sir Dussel, the Emperor has spoken. Please. Selena, remain here in the capital. We shall have new orders for you shortly. Understood. Ah, yes, we do have a bit of an extended scene here. Please, your majesty, grant me the privilege of a single question. You vex us. Your majesty, you know that I will gladly lay down my life for an honorable cause. But these orders, and all of our recent actions, they are not just. If I saw any way in which this invasion protected Grado, I would hold my tongue. But now Renee is left ungoverned to drown in chaos, and we do nothing. We gain nothing. Why do you wage this war? What is it you hope to achieve? You've sent our men to fight and die for nothing. This isn't war, it's murder! Dussel, this decision is ours to make. You have no voice in these matters. Punish me if you must, your majesty, but I implore you. Please rethink this. If this continues, Grado will... Dussel, go to Frelia. Crush the Frelian army and he who leads them, Prince Ephraim. Your majesty, have you gone deaf? Dussel, go to Frelia. Crush the Frelian army and he who leads them, Prince Ephraim. Yes, your majesty. I didn't expect we to be getting all that, much dialogue from Dussel this early. Commander Jeb, we captured a Pegasus Knight snooping about outside. Let me go, stop it! That hurts. Ooh, you didn't tell me she was such a treat for the eyes! This is a prize worth catching! I came for Ephraim. If you do anything to me, he will not be merciful. I like her! Throw her in a cell! I'll spend the evening giving her a thorough interrogation! You beast! That is Fort Rigwald. It has stood unconquered for generations, and its defenses are legendary. It is the jewel of Grado's fortifications, and its walls have never been breached. And if we don't capture it, any attack on the capital will be pointless. Tell me what you see, Seth. Do we have the power to take it? It's a daunting task. The enemy has the advantage of both terrain and numbers. But what about in morale? Do you suspect the soldiers may be unwilling to fight? Anything's possible. This war is a sudden thing, but Grado and Renee had long been friendly. Before these hostilities, our nations were allies. No, closer even than that. This is the Emperor's War, but to the hearts of the people, they are not so swift to change. This is kind of hitting a little close to home in this current day and age. I have to wonder how many Russians feel this way about Putin's ongoing war. For example, General Dussel, one of the Imperial Three they call Obsidian. He was the one who taught me what I know about fighting with the lance. Duzel's sympathies are sure to remain with Renee, and with our cause. He is loyal to Grado, but he has no love of war. I'm sure he will speak with me. And more than that, Prince Leon has been... again with pronunciation. I'm gonna end up reverting to Leon regardless of anything else that comes my way. I changed my mind on Ennis, but I'm sticking with Leon. Prince Leon has been my friend for years. He can be timid at times, and perhaps he was unable to oppose his father in this. But I'm sure he detests this fighting, and shares my opinions. Prince Ephraim. There must be some Grado soldiers within the castle who do not want to fight. If we can rush the fort and seize the throne room, I believe they will surrender. Optimism here may be deadly. Still, it's a far better plan than challenging the main army face to face. Irika is on her way to Ralston to help end this conflict. We cannot afford to wait here for much longer. We must take this fort and then press on to the capital itself. Let's go. Meanwhile... Attack! We're under attack! Looks to be Freilian troops! The commander is Prince Ephraim of Renee! Renee? This whole thing stinks. My younger sister and her husband were living in Renee. God, this is exactly what's happening right now! Like, I'm sure there's no shortage of Russian soldiers who have families living in Ukraine right now. And this just... Ugh, God, this just has to suck in so many ways. What is the Emperor thinking starting this war? I think... Hey! Yeah, I heard you. Talking about not fighting, are you? Losing your nerve? The punishment for treason is harsh. You'll burn at the stake. But it's not just me. Even General Dussel is opposed to this war. Dussel? You'd side with that washed-up coward? And who is your commanding officer? Is it Dussel? Come on, out with it! You are, Sir Jeb. That's right! So that should make it clear whose orders you follow, eh? You've got that, don't? If you do, then shut up and get in formation. No one cares whether you minnows live or die anyway, got it? Wait a moment, that's a horrible thing to say. And who are you supposed to be? Your name, out with it. I am Amelia. I was assigned to this fort today. I am a soldier of Grado. I am not a slave. What's this now? You're a girl? You've got a lot of nerve talking like that to your commander, recruit. Looks like I'm going to have to teach you about the chain of command. Commander Jeb, enemy troops approaching. Stinking interruptions. Form up, you useless worms! Don't let those dogs near the throne! Grado cannot afford to lose a brilliant tactician of my stature. No one will blink if any of you worthless toads die, but if I die, you should be happy to fight, kill, and die in my service! I became a soldier to honor the Emperor, General Dussel, and the people of Grado. But this is wrong. That's the lot of a soldier. We're pawns in the games of kings and emperors. We fight as ordered and we die as ordered. That's it. Come on, time to go. Well, gee, that's an awful lot in life. Alright, so over here, we are going to be entering with a comparatively smaller force. But hopefully it'll work out. We'll get Amelia on our team soon enough anyway. And I don't think we have any weapons that we're going to particularly miss, so... yeah, let's just get started. Also, yeah, these cutscenes are definitely running longer than I expected, so I may have to, like, I'm really gonna have to watch the time if I want to get more than, like, 2 chapters done in a single day. Alright, wow, this is a very small squad to be attacking with, but we're gonna do our best. Oh, right, forgot about you. What a fool I've been. I came all this way to help Ephraim, and I ended up getting captured again. That General Jeb had the creepiest eyes, and that laugh, ugh. Hurry, Ephraim, please. Hurry and rescue me. Alright, so pretty much the same thing as before, but this time we don't have to gun it in order to make it to the treasure chests before they disappear. So, got that going for me. It's still going to be fairly difficult to approach under these circumstances. I mean, I got Garcia, so that's a good start. Oh, jeez. Okay, these guys are going to be harder to take down than I expected. Right, well, at least I've got the best mage in town on the job. Oh, damn, hang on a minute. Scratch that, Ford can take care of everything. His work is already paying off as a magic swordsman. Oh yes, and we actually do have control of Tana, but it is recommended that you do not move her an inch. I'm gonna have to try a little harder than that. Oh yes, I almost forgot. We've got the very first status staff on this map. And it's going to be awkward if I get hit by one of those, but that's the name of the game. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to recede without dealing with that. Oh dang, look at that. Maybe I can get a bit of money. I have not seen this thief sword do its intended purpose. Like, I haven't seen the despoil skill activate once. So I honestly don't know if it even works at all. At this rate, I feel like I'm gonna be lucky if it triggers once throughout the entire campaign. How about you, Garcia, park yourself here. Ford will probably be fine over here. Oops. Oh yeah, this is gonna be weird, moving forward with such a small party. Oh man, I wish Garcia was just a little bit faster. He's definitely not on the same level as his son, even with that fairly nice skill that I gave him. Here it comes. Phew. Yeah, if a unit gets hit by one of those, they are taken out of commission for several turns. And we don't want to deal with that. Alright, Ephraim, raise some hell. Oh boy. Ephraim is generally a really, really good unit, but I do have to be careful with him. Now that HP is, like, lower than ever for everyone involved. Loot, how well can you take care of this guy? You'll need a bit of help. What? Oh shoot, that was the wrong thing. Whoops. Ah, Kyle may be able to take care of this. Yes! I didn't get a chance to use the Horse Slayer in the last mission. On account of all the pesky enemies that, were not on horses. I don't know what in the world I'm trying to say by saying that. On second thought, Loot, you hang back. I don't trust you'll be able to survive if an archer goes after you. Oh, I let him take the pillar. Didn't think about that. Who's gonna get sleepified? Well, had to happen eventually, I guess. Better that it happens now rather than later when I'm trying to push forward. Hold on a minute. Wait, that did nothing? Uh-oh, hang on a minute. That's not intentional. Okay. So the poison status works just fine in this game with the edits that I've made, but the sleep staff does not. Let me take a quick look and see if I can identify what went wrong. Poison effect. Okay, so the poison is actually applied through a damage type setting. Whereas the staves, their effect comes from being used as an item. Please set it from the patch screen. Item effect revamp. There is a patch for this. So, what do I do about this? That's a problem I'm gonna have to look into next time. I'll go ahead and swap to the editor so you guys can see what went wrong. Like, there is a problem here. Staff effect is not set. Well, I would love to put in a value here, but it actually doesn't let me. So... like, what gives? Debuff of skill system. Do I have to set it like... Oh! Oh! Okay, so we can do this. We can do this right now. Alright, well in that case, let me go ahead and suspend the game. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of this real quick. Alright, so... we could take this opportunity to, like, change the number of turns that we want this to work by. So... let's see. Let's jump up to the 20s. 2 turns, maybe 40s. Yeah, I think, well, what would be fair? I want to say that, because, like, I'm thinking of the sleep staff. No, sorry, the freeze staff from Fire Emblem Fates, which would, you know, just knock an enemy out for a turn. It was very reliable and very easily available because you could just buy it in a shop. The offset of that being you can only use it like 4 times before it breaks, and it only works for 1 turn. So I'm thinking maybe 2 turns would be the ideal for this. So we'll just go ahead and set that for all of these status staves. Well, gosh, with this in consideration, I can apply this effect to weapons as well if I wanted to. I could bring in the sleep sword, as mental as that would be. Isn't there a third one? Oh yeah, silence. Uh... Silence has such limited usage that I think I'm gonna bump this up all the way to, 4 turns. Alright, so we'll have that. Berserk, I think I want actually lower, down to just 1 turn. Because it's such a ridiculously powerful effect. Or maybe not. Actually, maybe I'll do, like, 2 turns for Berserk, 3 turns for Sleep, and then 4 for Silence. That way it's a nice even 2, 3, 4. So, we'll see how that does. Yes, thank you. Please save. I do not want things to go wrong when I'm trying to save. Okay. Did not... Like, I knew that was gonna come up eventually, but I didn't realize, I didn't understand what I had to do. Alright, it would be really nice if I could just park someone down here and block off the incoming cavalry. Kyle, I think you're the man for the job. Because I'm going to throw him down here, and the enemy will break themselves on him. Alright, well, you know what? We'll just pretend that the sleep effect worked, and we'll leave Garcia where he is for a little while. Seven points of defense. That's pretty good for Calm. Naomi, on the other hand, she needs a bit of help catching up in levels. She is getting faster, though. She does, like, 12 speed. I didn't even realize that she caught up that quick. Alright, again, we're gonna pretend that the sleep spell worked, and we're gonna leave Garcia where he is temporarily. No one's getting through him. Golly, I don't even need Seth anymore. Kyle is just a beast. Can't wait to promote him into a Great Knight. Really, dude? I sing your praises and then you get that? Who should I give that lance to? I guess I'll save it and give it to Tana later. Oh... Not quite. That's a good little wrinkle in the fold. Well, this is gonna be awkward if he gets hit twice. Oh! Alright, you. You now have a... Why does it say it's a ballista? Hold on a minute. Why in the world does that say ballista? Wow! Wow, alright, hang on a minute. Look what I did. I accidentally set the thing to say item. Okay, let's go ahead and fix that too. I can't believe I let that happen. That's supposed to say dark. Did I make that mistake with anything else? Any of my other fancy new weapons? That's a sword, that's a bow, that's a stone. That's magic. That's magic. That's bow. That's an axe. That's a lance. That's a lance. That's an axe. Okay. Hopefully that's the only mistake of that sort that I have made. So here we go again. Okay, wait a minute. It doesn't have the rank. Oh my god. Hold on a minute. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. We're gonna say that it's rankless for now. Because I want to see... oh god, yeah, that's pretty powerful. And Ephraim is not fast enough to be able to deal with it. So we're just gonna have to wait a little bit. I don't want to change the weapon right now, because if I do, then this shaman may be left with a weapon that he cannot use. So we'll get to that after I defeat him. This dude... Ford can probably take care of him. Wait. Oh, you have a support conversation with him. Oh, that's what it is. I was wondering why the speech bubble icon showed up. And you blew it. Well, one of you had better take this guy down. Alright, fine. Let's try the Horse Slayer again. It was not my intention to feed, like, every kill to Kyle on this mission. Oh, good. That guy can't move. Let me see here. Maybe might be able to handle this guy. Yeah, let's see what happens. Gonna wait one more turn before moving Garcia. Okay, I didn't expect that to happen. If possible, I think I would like to tweak that animation so that it has a bit more impact. You know, at the very least, give like a damage shake or something. And there's two of them. Okay, I guess we're gonna wait a little bit longer. How in the world can Garcia outspeed these goods? Guy plus dude or goon plus dude? I don't know. Well, may as well have Naomi finish the job, if she can. Not quite. Alright, well, I'll leave it up to chance then. Is there anyone else back here? We got a knight here with a horse slayer. That's bad news. Alright, I know exactly what I want to do. Wait, I should have attacked with the thief sword. I really want to see if it works. And I'm just ruining all my chances to do so. If I open this door, will the knights be able to get me? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, okay. Then we shall wait. I may as well trigger a support conversation, because I can. Hello, Ford. Hmm? Oh, Kyle! How you been? What are you doing out here? Are you painting? No, well, yes, actually. There's not so much painting as sketching. I used this piece of charcoal to draw in shade, like this. You know we're in the middle of a battle, don't you? What if someone attacks while you're distracted? Calm down, calm down. I just like to keep a record of our battles with these pictures. You're just rationalizing. You're a cavalier. It's time to start acting like one. Fine, fine, I'll stop. As you command, Sir Kyle, commander of the Knights of Renee. Oh, brother, do you have to make everything so difficult? If you don't want the hassle, stop telling me what to do. Then stop fooling around on the battlefield. Seriously, wasting my time on an idiot like you is just stupid. Huh? Did you say something? Nothing! I think I may have accidentally skipped part of that cutscene, but oh well. Sheesh. My hands are a little bit cut up today. I was out on my raft all day. Whoa, that's a massive level up right there. I was out on my raft all day because I wanted to visit this cave that I knew about. It went pretty well. Except for, well, how exhausting it was. Actually, who am I kidding? I didn't really break much of a sweat. The most I tired myself out was like right when I was getting started. And that was just from the procedure of blowing up the raft. So that's probably more to do with the fact that I was like crouching the whole time and the sun was being reflected at me. So that's probably why it didn't feel so great. Okay, these guys. Oh, there's... Oh. On second thought, let's back up a bit and let them come to me. Yeah, if I go in guns blazing, then they're gonna surround me and kill me. But yeah, all that effort that I was exerting on the ore, going all the way to that cave and back, like, that took hours to do. And as a result, like, there was some abrasiveness to the handle of the raft that, you know, resulted in me being in the state that I am. Ugh. Come on, Garcia. You gotta muscle up if you want to get ahead in life. Well, I suppose we take the pot shots where we can get them. Also, I'm surprised to see that Amelia is actually charging for us this time. But once she gets close enough, we will be fine. I really want to give Garcia the kill here, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh well, a little experience here and there, and we'll get... Wow, that sucks. What did I do to deserve a level up like that? Alright, well... we do what has to be done. He'll have the chance to counterattack either way, so may as well hit him in close combat. I did not realize you weren't at level 10 yet. Yeah, this will work. You know, I kind of wish that it did the casting animation for both the initial hit and the return. In fact, I may just go ahead and take a look at that, because I meant to take a break at this point anyway, so that I could fix that problem with the Fissure magic. I can't believe I made more than one mistake on that. I guess I was just feeling hasty. So I think I wanted that to be a B rank weapon, May as well cross-reference my spreadsheet since I'm thinking about it. This won't take but a minute. Let's see here. Yes, I intended for it to be a C rank tome. All the other stats look fine to me. So, got that done. So, what's the difference between the Rune Sword and the Wind Edge? Because I'm pretty sure the Rune Sword does the casting animation regardless of whether it is up close or far away. It doesn't look like there's any difference here, so maybe in the patch. Alright, let's see here. Always magic, melee behavior, range behavior. It's about what I expected. Huh. Well, I guess that's just how it works. Alright then. Back to business. Man, this is the third time I've had to cut away for this. I apologize for that. I thought I had made my preparations adequate, but they were not. Actually, you know what? From you equip the... I am worried. This way I can make sure that he lives. Hopefully. By the way, isn't there an enemy up here that's, like, holding an item that I can steal? Yes, actually, the archer is holding a red gem. So let's see if we can snag that. Did I miss one? Did I miss something in the chapter I just did? I'm gonna check real quick. Seeing as how I can just press it down to flip through everything, it shouldn't take too long. Chapter start, nothing here. Over here. No, there was nothing I could steal in the previous chapter, so, okay. Then all is well. Alright, whew. I was afraid that if Ephraim tried to take on every single enemy in the corridor, then he would die. So sometimes, slowing yourself down with a steel weapon can actually be advantageous. You can plug up choke points better that way. Here they come. Boy, that's a lot of them. I wonder, can I arrange things such that Amelia can get this kill right here? Probably not. Yeah, her damage is way too low. Maybe on the soldier then. But how would I get that to happen? Maybe with Calm's help. Yes, I think Amelia can pick him off now. Oh, nice. I've been waiting for that. Alright, Amelia, time to join the side that rocks. You're a Grado soldier, but you're just a child. I am not a child! I'm a soldier of Grado, and I will defeat every soldier of Frelia I meet. Is that so? Guess I'm ready then. Is that the stance you're gonna use? You'll drop your lance that way. I'm Prince Ephraim of Renee. Why don't you surrender and come with me? What are you gonna do to me? Calm down. As long as you don't try to stab me, I won't do a thing to harm you. You lie! You're a liar! Everyone knows about Prince Ephraim of Renee. He's a beast who attacks any woman he sees. Right, this has gone far enough. I'm not gonna hurt you. If you're scared, then throw down your weapon and run away. But if you're willing to listen, I'd like to ask for your help. You must realize this whole war is madness, right? Something is wrong in Grado. We're gonna have to do a bit of a switcheroo here. So, turns out I read ahead wrong. I stuck both Amelia and Tana on Ephraim's route, in part to make up for the lack of units that we would have access to. But on the flip side, Irika's gonna get a whole bunch of new friends on her next mission. Oh boy, this corridor is getting way too crowded for me. What can we do about this? Well, I guarantee you Amelia can't help. It is going to suck trying to get Amelia through this corridor. Oh boy. Yeah, why don't you just step back for a moment? Someone's gonna have to take a double whammy. I suppose if it's anyone, it should be Ephraim. He can handle anything. Alright, so you'll be here. I'm gonna move forward out a little bit. And I want some healing from Molder. Oh god, it's gonna be so nice having Molder as the exclusive healer on this team. That means he'll level up faster, and I'll get to play around with the War Monk later. Wait a minute. Did I just put him in danger? Actually, oops, I backed up too much. Alright, how fast is this mage? Pretty fast. That is a whopping 8 points of speed. So if I put Garcia up there and equip him with the hand axe... Well, actually, that'll leave him with, that's just gonna be -4 to speed, so that'll be 5 speed versus 8. Well, how about that? I guess Garcia can take it after all. Alright, bring it on. Are you kidding me? These poor Lance Knights, they can't double attack anything. Alright, I'm gonna have to do another rescue operation here. Oh boy. I'd really love to send loot out there to get a quick KO on the Cavalier further ahead, but we're playing enough risky games as is. Maybe I will have Ephraim take care of it. He'll get shot twice by arrows, but it won't be the death of him. Ah, come on. Yeah, this is just gonna have to be how it is. Show your worth, Ephraim. Show the world that you're a real one-man army. Honestly, like, this might ruffle a few feathers, but frankly, I think that Ephraim gets the job better. Ephraim gets the job done better, even better than Hector does. Which I realize is blasphemy for some, because Hector's like the most badass lord that we've ever gotten. But I mean, Ephraim... You know, don't count him out just yet. Oh! Yes, that's right. I made the arrows much more painful than usual. Holy Christ. If the next Cavalier gets a hit in with a javelin, then that's it. Unbelievable! Unbelievable. I guess we're gonna be here a while longer then, huh? Oh, man. That's 2 game overs I've had to suffer. Well, what is there to say about this time around? This time around, the sleep staff will work correctly, and it'll take even longer to get to where I need to go. Oh my god, I can't believe I let that happen. Yeah, sure, just go ahead and get it over with. Animations are off. We are going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. Give me money! Actually, should I give him the kill, or... Nah. Let's give that honor to, Naomi. As soon as I move her into a more favorable position, that is. No, 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 not there. Why am I having trouble with this? Alright, let's go, chop chop. Would have been good for me to, like, backtrack and buy a restore staff just for this mission, but, hindsight's 20/20. Oh! I wish I could have seen that. Well, thank goodness the cleric is being polite about it. And waiting until my turn's just about over to apply the sleep status. So... Okay. Okay. I was wondering about that. It's a funny icon to indicate sleep. Like, wasn't it previously a bunch of Z's or something? I don't know why they had to replace it. Yes. There we go. Give me money, please! It's never gonna work. And Kolba's a decently lucky fella, too. I don't know how in the world that thing hasn't procced yet. You know what? This is fine. We'll do that with you, and then get Ephraim or Garcia to finish up. Yep, there we go. Now let's make this a little bit of a safer approach. You know what? Since we're doing this chapter over... oh, wait a minute. I didn't bring Franz with me. Never mind. I was gonna say, yeah, let's see what it's like when Franz initiates the conversation with Amelia. But nope, he ain't here. These are 40% chances, and I'm getting hit with every single one of them. Ugh. So it goes. Good enough. Good enough. Yeah, I'm not playing around. If Ephraim has to do all this by himself, then so be it. I know he's not gonna get that unlucky again. Knock on wood. Hey! What is that last Cavalier holding? If it's the Wind Edge, I might be in trouble. Nope, no Wind Edge. But that guy might have it. Oh my god. I almost let Ephraim die again. Well, this is just plain embarrassing that I've let things get to this. Well, first things first. Gotta get you back on the mend. Yeah, I don't even care. I don't even care that this is an inefficient distribution of EXP. I have to get these clowns out of the way now. Maybe I will get lucky with Ford here. Yes! Perfect! Alright, Naomi, you wait here. Get ready to return fire. I guess I'll leave Calm here. What could possibly go wrong? He went for Ephraim? Really? Someone's got a death wish. Oh, wait a minute. Calm has Shade. Oh. Right, I gave that to him. He's less likely to be targeted by enemies. Boy, I am just not smart sometimes. I forget a lot of things that I do. A point in magic? Really, Garcia, dude? Ah, this will work. And we will put you here. May as well try and get some money. Oh. A key. I wanted money. Money can buy many keys. Again, I just do not care. Ephraim can mop the floor with this whole map if he has to. What just happened there? Dang it, Garcia. Ooh, look at that. Weapon triangle disadvantage, but hey, whatever works. Alright, we are going to deal with these knights in an equal and opposite fashion. Garcia, get your butt down here. I really need that hammer of yours. I didn't heal him. How did I fail to see that? Well, that defense will go a long way to helping. Alright, for the love of God, get rid of these guys. Oh man, Luke can't get close enough. Wait! I shouldn't have I shouldn't have done that! Yeah, I can do this. I just need to charge a little bit farther. There we go. Takes a little bit of maneuvering to get the most out of that ability. And God, Ford just needs that extra damage so badly. Without it, he just can't catch up to any of the other Cavaliers. Alright, Ephraim is the priority. Honestly, Naomi does have... She does now have the Desperation skill, so maybe I can use that low HP to my advantage. I'm honestly really curious to see how that works. Or rather, if it works. Ugh. Almost. Oh, hey, this works. Just lighten yourself up a bit, Ford man. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead and get Amelia on our side. I would love to soften up this guy, but can't do it. So, is it possible to get this mercenary down to critical health? Not like this. Not like that. Maybe I should do it with, maybe I should have her take out the soldier instead. Yes, this'll work. Oh geez, sorry about that. I just realized that I, like, popped a joint right in front of the microphone, so you guys probably heard that really loudly. I apologize for that. We got a little bit of time before the Cavaliers arrive. I wonder if I can get away with taking out one of these guys. Maybe not, but I can at least do a bit of chip damage. Oy, maybe I won't. That mage can annihilate poor Kyle. Did not expect that. Yeah, those throwing weapons do slow you down a lot, so if you have a ranged vulnerability, then you need to do something about that. I wonder... this is not such a good idea. I need better hit-and-run tactics. I could go ahead and just get this cleric out of the way. And then just run all the way back here. Nah, it's not worth it. So, Nami, you fall back too. Maybe Ephraim can handle this. First, of course, I'm gonna want to, prepare him. Yeah, I got all this pure water. Why am I not using it? Just to be safe. I really do want to get a move on. I truly do. But that is very much a death corridor. So we're gonna take our time. I suppose I could have left Calm out there, assuming that Shade works as it is intended to. Now, hold on a minute. That should have been like a KO. Didn't I equip Ephraim with the Regan Leaf? No, I didn't. That was dumb. Ooh, yes, yes, this works. Can't quite get a kill with Amelia. I gotta watch for these guys, too. Maybe I could have Amelia get the KO on the mage up there? That'd be nice, but I'm not sure if it'll work out. Because, yeah, I'm gonna have to, like, weaken him first, so that'll drop him down to that. And even then, Amelia won't be able to get the KO. So, But what if I were to give her an Iron Lance? First, of course, I'm gonna have to figure out some way to get rid of that guy. Probably I'll just shoot him with Nami. Hope this works. If you miss, you die! Ah, jeez. I hate putting myself in those situations. And every single one of these level ups has not been to my liking. Alright, Kyle, you lure that guy in and poke him with a Horse Slayer. Kick him in the dishpan, hoo hoo hoo. So far, so good. Yeah, this was what got Ephraim killed last time. Was trying to take on all these projectiles at once. But now the hall is clear, we can advance. But how should we advance? I'd really like to get Nami in on some of that action, but I don't think it's gonna work. You've got a javelin. I've got an axe. If we were to put 2 and 2 together... Oh god, no. Nope, that won't work. Yeah, I don't see this working out anytime soon. Golly, everything just rounds off to the perfect number, huh? Well, maybe Luke can do something about this, dude right here. No? No? Everything's averaging to 10. I don't like it. Honestly, yeah, Ford, you may be my best hope here. I'm gonna have to be very careful with how I use you. It's downright nerve-wracking trying to get these kills. That's a level up I can respect. Thank you very much. Now I can... I'll just rescue her with Garcia, or whatever. Really wish I could do something about this mage without dying. I'd like to take out this mage and live! Ugh. That's not looking good. Maybe I can pull something off like this, but if I put Naomi here... Nah, that's not gonna work. That is not gonna work at all. I'm just gonna have to be patient. I have trepidations about pursuing this path. Oh hey, you can support your main man here. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Ephraim has so many good support options that I'm not sure I want to commit him into a relationship with Ford or anyone else just yet. Alright, let's see what happens. If I can just clear one hall of the archers, then I would be happy. Alright, Ephraim's still got a boost from the thing. So maybe I can slip in here and take out this mage too. I don't know. It's gonna be a close one. Oh, I didn't even see that message pop up, Hollow, but gonna have to call it a night. You had a long day at work, and tomorrow will be no different. Well, I hope you have a good rest. How did you manage to... How did you manage to get to work after that lengthy Jurassic Park stream we did yesterday, I wonder? No need to answer that. I just hope that you're not pushing yourself too hard or anything like that. Alright, I really want to see if this works, and I'm not sure if it will, so... Gonna make a very brief save state here. In fact, I don't even know if there's any, like, visual effects that happen when desperation triggers. Alright, let's find out. Yes, it works! And that is all that I want you to do with that skill, Naomi, because you are now in danger of dying again. Yeah, you have a good night too. I'll catch you later. I'm probably gonna accept that invitation to livestream tomorrow night. Just because I ended up, you know, feeling so... what's the word? I almost want to say shortchanged, but that's not correct at all. Late is what I am, so I should just describe it that way. I was late. And thus, I wish to make up for the extra chapter that I could have done today. Two points of critical hit chance? Where did that come from? That should not have been possible. Is Mulder's luck really that terrible? Hold on a minute. This dude's just got a 3% critical hit chance. Molder has 1 point of luck. I did not even realize that. Wow. Poor guy. Alright, needless to say, what I want to do is sneak around the side and grab that archer's red gem before anything else happens. So, let's see. Namie, you can take care of this dude now. Finally, you're at level 10! And it's... I couldn't have asked for a better level up, honestly. That was great. Let's just make sure that we're not in danger here. And let's move up. Now, honestly, I'm not all that concerned for Molder, because he has lived to serve. And with that, as long as he can heal someone every turn, he's basically immortal. Oh, it's a little more complicated than that, but you get what I mean. Amelia, you're gonna have to get rescued and carried all the way to the end. I'm sorry to say. I'm gonna be so upset if one of those gets a critical hit. Alright, calm. Can you make it all the way down there? No, you can't. Dang it. I will get you. I'll get you, and it'll look like an accident. This shaman up here, how concerned should I be? I'm not that concerned. Yes, indeed. I think I can have Ford just, swoop down here and take care of this guy, and then we'll be gravy. I removed the critical hit chance from Luna and made it just a little more accurate to compensate. Like, it really... I never understood what the point was of giving it a ridiculously high crit rate in the other game. It does not need it. The ability to pierce defense on a whim, or resistance in this case. Like, that's a really powerful ability. Especially against, like, final bosses and what have you. Ooh, feeling cheeky, are ya? Well, that's what Luna looks like. It's got a pretty cool animation, all things considered. Alright, not bad. What is that? Did you guys hear that? I could have sworn I just heard a rumbling. We are expecting thunderstorms tonight, so... yeah, that's the other reason why I knew I wasn't going to be able to... That guy's got sleep. This guy's got sleep! This guy's got sleep! Kill him! Wow, I'm honestly surprised that he prioritized his friend over sending my units to sleep. That'll be dangerous, but acceptable. Yeah, let's just get this done. And give me this money, for God's sake! Now, finally, I can take him out. Even Loot with her heaviest magic can do the trick. That is what I like to see! Very nice. Hey, literally. Yeah, the Axe Fighter does not fear Luna. His magic resistance is already so low that it's basically non-existent, so... Wait, that's a chest key. Was that supposed to be a door key? Oh no, you've got the door key. Okay. And you don't move. That's a little weird, but okay. Oh yeah, and then there's you. I'm gonna draw you in with Ephraim. I gotta say, I really appreciate being able to play this game without having to worry about weapons breaking. It's a quality of life feature that I'm glad was introduced in Fates. I guess we'll try and give some of these kills down in the south to Amelia, but we'll see. Man, these guys are tough. Used to be that an archer could, like, sneeze in the direction of one of those fellas and come out on top. Alright, well, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to get a kill for Amelia here. Not for you, unfortunately, but you can still help. You've got treasure to loot, and you can raise your weapon level by whacking the wall. Doesn't that sound exciting? Let me see here. Loot. You still need some EXP. I'd be happy to oblige. Wow, we're already hitting the point where we're getting reduced returns on experience points. It's got me slightly worried, but it'll probably be fine. Yeah, that didn't quite work out. I wonder... how effective would Amelia be at stopping this blockade here? They come charging in with a speed of about 6. Oh, actually, this might work out very well. This might work very well indeed. Yes, I think we can do this. Alright, but for real, calm. Work on that weapon experience of yours, boy. We really need you to step it up in that regard. Also, who has air caliber? Oh, right, you do. Alright, now we have another weapon for loot. Against flyers, it will be absurdly powerful. Otherwise, it'll be just like a slightly lighter and weaker hellfire. So we'll see how that works. Alright, Amelia, I'm counting on you. Yes, I think she will do just fine in this little hole in the wall here. That being said, this is probably going to take a while, so I should probably go ahead and turn animations off. Because we are ramming right up against that 3-hour mark right now. And remind me to buy more staves, because I'm running dangerously low. Gotta keep an eye on these fellas down here. Kyle can take one of them. It would also be nice to get Tana down here, you know, get her rescued so that she can actually start fighting back. Ooh, that's a lot of horsemen. As much as I would love to stall exclusively with Amelia here, that's not going to be an option. Because that men's staff is about to break. But damn, that's some good EXP right there. If I play my cards right, I might actually be able to get her all the way up to level 10 by the end of this chapter, and that would be amazing. You know what? Never mind. We've already seen what the we have already seen what the air caliber animation looks like. Ugh, finally. I'm starting to think that you'd never get stronger, Garcia. That's supposed to be the one point you have over your son. Is being, you know, being a cool dude. Alright. I'm thinking of equipping Ford with that Killing Edge. He's got 9 points of defense, so he will be decently capable of fighting that guy, but on the other hand, that guy is pretty fast. So maybe not. Yeah, on second thought, this was a mistake. Back off, please. Oh dear. I'm running out of options down here. Hope this works. Don't take too much damage, Loot. Phew. This is getting busy. God, there's so many of them. Didn't he get like a really terrible level up last time too? Like, Kyle, what are you doing with me, man? Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him with the Horsewire again. It's not glamorous, but it works. Alright, now for the love of God, bust Tana out of jail, please. In fact, you know who would be perfect for taking on this, this fella down here? That's right, Tana. Just gotta make sure that I give her the right weapon. Huh. Jumped to invalid address. That's peculiar. I hope that didn't completely ruin my save game, because if it did, then I'm gonna have to cut it off for the night. Okay, we're fine, but that was freaking weird. Is it because Ephraim was trying to target someone that was being rescued? Yes, that is most peculiar indeed. I don't know what's causing that. At least it happens on the player phase. So what do? Do I just, like, drop Garcia off somewhere else? Well, Ford can trade with the Garcia just fine. You know what? Let's play it safe. Just give him the Iron Axe. So can I not give her anything? Okay, okay. I don't know what was going wrong there. That was really peculiar. You know what? I really do need to play this safe, so... A bronze weapon you get, Miss Tana. And finally, we can talk to you. Tana? What are you doing here? I came here in hopes of helping you in some way. But while I was looking for you, I got captured by Grado troops. Is that so? Well, I'm glad to see you're unharmed. Tana, you should head back to Castle Freya immediately. King Hayden must be worried about you. No! Ephraim, I came all this way so I could help you! And yet here I am helping you. Yes, that may be true, but I've been so worried about you, Ephraim. I see. Oh, please don't look at me with those teary eyes. If you're really determined to help, then you're welcome to come with us. But you must promise me not to try anything reckless. Ephraim, thank you. I knew that you would understand how I feel. Alright, I have faith that Tana will do okay. You know what? Nah, never mind. Amelia needs all the EXP she can get, so she is going to take her sweet time. Alright, you. Ooh! Don't say! 0 damage! Isn't that interesting? That, my friends, is the property of a very specific skill that I gave her. And it seems to be paying dividends. Well, I didn't think that sticking Garcia here was gonna win me the whole day. Whoa. That was a thunder rumble. That was definitely thunder. Yes. 40 EXP a poke. We'll hit level 10 in no time. Is that all you got, matey? So the skill that I gave Tana for this ROMhack is Ready Stance, to increase her speed and defense when the foe initiates battle. I think this had a different name in Fire Emblem Heroes where it originated, but I'm really happy to see that it's doing some good work. Very nice. Oh god, now I've got to have Calm run all over to Heaven and Hell and Earth in order to loot all these treasure chests. Didn't someone pick up a chest key? Who has that? No one. I guess it's still in the convoy? Oh, yep, there it is. Alright, well, whoever wants to fetch it can just get it. Kyle, how about you do it? We'll have him go for the far one over here, so that Calm doesn't have to travel as far. Alright, this will probably be pretty boring, but I do want to get Amelia all the way up to her designated level by the time I finish this map. So we're gonna take our time with these Cavaliers. Wow, her magic's really rocketing up there. Very good. I expect her to do very well as a new Valkyrie. Alright, we can afford to speed this up just a little bit. Yes, very good. Very good. That's what I want to see. Now I can even have her throw javelins at the boss, and that'll be a barrel of laughs. Until then, I'm gonna wait until... Wait. Right, I forgot. I was gonna send Kyle up to do the thing. Slowly but surely. I expect her to get her defense high enough to where she can actually take a hit by the next chapter. Now at long last, I can use a 1-2 combo to get everyone the experience they deserve. Have Tana take the hits, and have Amelia deal the finishing blow. And I think we will be all set. I love it when a plan comes together. Only 2 more levels to go! We can do it! We can do it. I know we can. Who's next? A Thunder Mage? I laugh in the face of Thunder Mages. Although I do wonder, who has the most magic resistance? That would be Lute, but Tana comes pretty close too. Go figure. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to have Amelia, like, right here in order to have a chance at fighting that guy. You know what? You know what? Ford, fine. We'll go ahead and do this sport conversation instead of Kyle and Ford. Hey, Ford. Yes? Oh, what is it, Prince Ephraim? What are you hiding? What are you talking about? We're in the middle of a battle, you know. Pay less attention to me and more to our enemies. No, Ford, give it up. Come on, let me see it. Fine. What is that? Is that a painting? This? No, it's a topographic map, yeah. For strategy, we need to plot our strategy out, don't we? During battles, I like to look at this map and analyze enemy lines. But that's clearly a landscape painting. Did you paint this? Yes, a long time ago. This is impressive, Ford. You're good with both a sword and a brush. You know, when Irika and I were young, we'd sneak out for long horse rides. We used to watch the sunset sink behind the mountains while we talked for hours. Your painting reminds me of those days. Prince Ephraim... But during a battle probably isn't the right place to indulge your hobby. What if something happened to you? I'm no fool, Prince Ephraim. I only stay alert on the battlefield. I'll cut down any enemy that crosses my path. Well, Prince, good luck. You're all talk. You know what? It might be interesting to pair these two together. You never know. And honestly, it would be pretty refreshing to have, like, a different round of support conversations than what I usually pick. Alright, you wait up here. You bait out the Thunder Mage. And then we'll have Amelia follow up and give chase. What kind of weapons you guys got? Oh, that guy's got an Axe Raver. Nice. But I have no swordsman at the ready. Yes, this works. Just stay out of range of that guy. Man, we're so close. So close. I know I can get a kill on that archer. And probably this mercenary won't be too tough, because the Hidden Blade is not a very strong weapon. They'll be tough to hit, but not difficult to deal with. Alright, you guys know what to do at this point. Oh, maybe you don't. Phooey. Alright, I can still make this work. And that guy with the short bow is not much of a threat. Oh, damn. I just realized, because I bumped up Tana's Lance level starting out, I could easily have her, like, run right up to Jeb and smash him in his stupid face. But we'll see, that might not be the smartest plan. Don't forget about your friend Calm! Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, Amelia, you feeling up to a bit of toe-to-toe with that guy up there? Speed of 8. She'll be fine, probably. Just gotta have Ephraim back her up, and we're good to go. Although, should I put Tana out there too? She's definitely fast enough to deal with this fighter right here. And her defense should hold out too, so let's see how this goes. Yes! Alright, if you'll indulge me for just a little bit longer, I'm pretty sure I can get Amelia all the way up to our next level right here and now. Assuming that this fighter right here doesn't have a change of mind and think that Tana is the next viable target. You know what? Let's just wait and see. Yes, they seem to have a thing for going after Amelia. Alright, is that enough for the level up? Yes! Excellent. Now all that's left to do is seize the throne. Let's see, who would be good at fighting Jeb? Honestly, I think just about anyone can deal with him while he's got the short bow equipped, but... oh, maybe not Kyle. Yeah, maybe not Kyle, maybe not Ephraim. He's a sturdy lad. Lute can deal a fair bit of damage. Yeah, so let's open up with her and see how that goes. He does come equipped with Vantage, so we do need to be careful of that. But yeah, I think that Lute will be an excellent opener.
What was that? You piece of trash! What do you think you're doing?
But yeah, I'm pretty sure we can't engage with Tana under these circumstances. Nope. Well, it was worth considering. And yeah, poor Calm, I don't think he can do anything. Although... I really want to get that one last pip of weapon experience out of him. Alright, this is going to take a while, but I think we can eventually win. Where did that extra point of damage come from? Oh, right, she just leveled up, probably. Alright, Calm, sneak in there and get a quick jab. There we go, that's what I wanted. Right. Loot has, that perfectionist attribute. So as long as she's at full health, she's a lot harder to kill. I think this will work out just fine. I do wonder if anyone else can get a good hit in, though. Ford, maybe. You can do some decent damage with the Wind Edge. Choices. Yeah, is that really the best that I can do? I suppose so. Alright, do your best. Oh, right, Vantage! I already forgot that he could do that. Unbelievable. Ford is actually the best one on my team right now to take care of him. Ooh! I suppose it had to happen eventually. Alright, I got one last staff usage. We're gonna make it count. Ooh, we could get the kill right here. But I want to make sure that someone gets the kill who deserves it. But I don't think that Tana's gonna be able to get it. No matter how hard I try, that is just not gonna happen. Is there anything else I can do? Any weapon that I can give Calm to help him out? He's got 3 points of magic, so maybe he can use the Wind Edge reasonably well. It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna be a real close one. Alright, cross your fingers. Nice! Very, very nice.
That's not possible.
Boy, he needed that. He needed that experience bad. And that's all I get out of it. Psh. He's not even close to capping any of his stats. Not a good start for Calm, but we do what we can do. Prince Ephraim, the rest of the enemy troops have been routed. Bring me one of their prisoners. I have a question I need answered. Sorry, one of the prisoners. That's kind of interesting that both Irika and Ephraim get to do a bit of interrogation. I'm gonna ask you a question. If you've no wish to answer, remain silent. If you wish this conflict to end quickly, however, you will cooperate. What do you want? Why has Grado invaded Renee? I can't say. This war began on the Emperor's orders. Soldiers like me haven't the foggiest idea what he's after. Then tell me this. Where is General Dussel? In the capital. The General's been opposed to this war from the start. He's been pleading with the Emperor for days now, but the Emperor ignores him. They say some are questioning the General's loyalty. He's putting his standing and his life in danger by being so vocal. If that's so, well, it appears General Dussel remains the same true man I knew before. What about Prince Leon? Where's he been through all of this? Why didn't he do anything to temper his father's aggression? According to rumors, Emperor Vigard was convinced to start this war by none other than the prince himself. What did you say? That's ridiculous! I know Prince Lion well. No one hates fighting more than he does. He would never do anything to trigger all this bloodshed. Prince Ephraim, please, calm down. I'm sorry. We leave the prisoners and the fort to the Fralian troops. Seth, I intend for us to press on towards the capital. At some point, I expect we'll find either Dussel or Lyon. I'm sure we can convince them to join us in stopping Emperor Vigard. Understood, but I have misgivings, my prince. General Dussel and Prince Lyon are both men of Grado. If we are forced into conflict with them, it won't happen. Dussel was my teacher, and I know he is a man of character. If I've known Lyon since we were children, Iarka and I are old friends. I understand your concerns. If worst comes to worst, and steel is drawn, I will not hesitate. I'll fight and kill anyone who thinks to oppose me. Are you satisfied, Seth? Yes. I apologize for my rudeness. Your father is gone, and that means you are King of Renais. There is no other. I just ask that you not throw yourself into needless danger. I hear you. The decisions I make affect more than my own life. Once this war is finished, I will rebuild Renais with Iarka. That is my mission. Myr? What is it? You must return to Frelia. I cannot take you any farther on this journey. What? No, I want to stay with you. No, Myr. I'm continuing on to the Grado capital. It's going to be very dangerous. I can't protect you. Not as well as I'd like to, anyway. Everything comes from that direction. I can feel my lost Dragonstone, and that's not all. The dark energy still flows unchecked. I cannot go home while it stains the air. But, please, Ephraim. Very well. I simply cannot refuse you anything. Your eyes remind me too much of Iarka. You must not stray from my side. Do you understand? Yes, I will not stray. Meanwhile, all the way back here. It's just you? Selena, your orders. I am ready, Your Majesty. In your service, I am prepared to do... Dussel has left for Bethrowen. Take a battalion and follow him. Understood. When I arrive, I will place my troops at his disposal. No, you will not. You will strike Dussel down. What? Dussel is a traitor. He has abandoned his country and sided with Renais. The punishment for treason is death. But General Dussel a traitor? That's just not possible. There must be a mistake. No, I did not mean that you are mistaken, Your Majesty. But... Selena, you have your orders. You will execute Dussel. Your Majesty, will you allow me to ask you a question? When Your Majesty saw fit to make me a general, you shared with me some words of wisdom. I remember the moment quite clearly. You told me that the role of an Imperial General is that of the shield, not the blade. We are here to protect our citizens, you said, not threaten our neighbors. I have never forgotten your words, Your Majesty. I have held them to my breast. They govern my every action as general. Your Majesty, that sentiment is still alive and... Go! I humbly acknowledge your orders, Your Majesty. I am the Empire's servant. I am Your Majesty's vassal. I am General Selena, the floorspar of the Grado Empire. Well, you guys said a whole lot of something without saying much of anything. Phew. Alright, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go. Like I said, I only had time for this because I was running late, but hopefully I will be back tomorrow with some more stuff to do. I definitely do have more map units that I need to change, but I may... What was that one thing that was concerning me? Besides the freezing bug, which I don't understand how that happened. Oh shoot, there's something that I'm forgetting. Hopefully I remember it soon. Maybe I'll just rewatch the archive and figure it out that way, but I'm gonna go ahead and go. I need to get a snack before bed. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, have a good evening, and above all else, clowns. Well, I suppose there are things that are higher still. Things that come from a place even higher. Alright, that's enough. I'm out of here.